Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping right into something pretty big unfolding in geopolitics. It involves a name most people know, Edward Snowden, and it could really change things.
Absolutely. We're talking about these persistent rumors, which seem to be bubbling up again recently, about Snowden potentially returning to the U.S. from Russia.
Right, and our goal here for you listening is to quickly get you the key info on this idea of a handover. We'll look at who wants what, why, and sort of the different takes on Snowden himself, his past, his future.
Yeah, we've pulled stuff from places like Liberty Raiders News, HuffPost, NBC News, and commentary from people like Juan Zarate, a former deputy national security advisor.
Okay, so let's start with the core claim. What's the main story that suddenly got everyone talking again?
Well, the big thing, and this was reported just yesterday in some sources, is this idea that Vladimir Putin is reportedly ready to hand over Snowden.
Hand him over, just like that.
Sort of. The phrasing used is as some sort of special gift to the U.S. Liberty Writers News notes this story, while fresh, is already, quote, starting to gain traction.
Wow, a special gift. That's quite a label for Snowden. Speaking of him, has he said anything? Have our sources picked up on his reaction to all this?
He has, actually. Liberty Writers News specifically mentions that Snowden tweeted just yesterday saying he was finally not a Russian spy.
Oh, interesting timing.
Very interesting. I mean, considering he chose Russia for exile and he's faced those accusations for years, both inside and outside Russia.
Yeah, that he's somehow working for them. So this feels pretty deliberate.
It really does. Like he's trying to, reframe his narrative right when this handover talk is peaking.
Okay, so Snowden's putting that out there. What about the U.S. side? Officially, I mean. Does the Justice Department actually want him back?
Yeah.
And what happens if they get him?
Well, the sources confirm the U.S. Justice Department has said it would welcome the arrival of Snowden.
Welcome him?
But, and this is crucial, there's a huge string attached. If he comes back, it's considered likely he will spend the rest of his life in prison.
So, welcome, but straight to jail. That's quite the welcome mat.
Exactly. It's a stark condition. It suggests, the legal process wouldn't exactly be lenient despite that initial welcome.
That definitely raises questions about the political side of things, especially when you think about Donald Trump's past statements. What do the sources remind us about his view on Snowden?
Oh, yeah. Trump's been very clear. Historically, the Huffington Post reported, and our sources back this up, that he's called Snowden a spy and a traitor who deserves to be executed. Pretty strong word.
It was extremely strong. And wasn't there something more recent, too?
Yes, exactly. Sources point to a specific statement from Trump back in July. He said, and I'm quoting here, "I think he's a total traitor, and I would deal with him partially, and if I were president, Putin would give him over."
Putin would give him over. So he saw it as sort of a transaction waiting to happen if he was in charge.
Precisely. It really shows that transactional view of foreign policy, high-profile people as potential bargaining chips. He tied it directly to his own influence.
Okay, so if Trump saw Snowden as a chip he could cash in, why would Putin offer him up now? What's the potential motivation for Putin, according to our sources?
Well, NBC News suggests one angle is that Putin might be doing this as a chance to curry favor with Trump, referencing that, perceived positive relationship they have.
Curry favor? Okay. But it feels like there could be more to it.
Oh, definitely. It could be Putin testing the waters, maybe for a bigger reset in U.S.-Russia relations, using Snowden as like a relatively low-cost but high-profile gesture.
Right. It hints at all those, backroom dealings in geopolitics that we never really get the full picture of.
Exactly. The kind of stuff that sometimes just isn't fully understandable from the outside.
So it's this complex diplomatic game. But is everyone on the U.S. side convinced accepting this gift is a good idea? Are there warnings?
Yes, there are. Juan Zarate, the former deputy national security advisor we mentioned, he explicitly says Trump should be cautious on accepting Snowden.
Cautious? Why? What's the concern?
Well, it reflects this really deep split in how people see Snowden's actions. Our sources lay it out pretty clearly. On one hand, you have the view that Snowden actually deserves a pardon for what he exposed, the alleged constitutional violations against Americans, that he acted in the public interest.
Now, the whistleblower argument and the other side.
The other side is Trump's view, which we just covered, that he's a total traitor who deserves, harsh punishment.
It's amazing how one person's actions can generate such completely opposite interpretations. What did that tell us, you think?
It really gets to the heart of that tension, right? Between national security and individual liberty. It's not just politics. It's about fundamental beliefs role of the state, citizen rights, what patriotism even means.
Yeah, the whole Snowden saga forces you to think about where that line is. Protecting secrets versus upholding freedoms.
And how much risk society accepts from people who leak classified stuff.
Now, for some context, one source, identified just as swayed, brings up the Obama administration. What was the point there?
Right. This comment asserts that, quote, Obama was the weakest president to ever live and argues that's why he couldn't get Snowden handed over. It's a reminder these attempts aren't new.
So the argument is basically that perceived presidential strength or weakness influences these kinds of outcomes.
That seems to be the implication, yeah. It's a pretty controversial framing, obviously, but it underscores this idea that a president's perceived leverage, their power on the world stage, might directly impact these high-stakes deals.
Like maybe there's a feeling the dynamic has shifted now, opening this door.
That's the suggestion some are making.
Okay, so we've kind of unpacked these swirling rumors about Snowden's return, the possible political chess moves behind it, and these really starkly different views on what should happen to him. It's definitely a situation with a lot of layers. Intrigue, loyalty questions, massive stakes.
Absolutely. You know, the whole ongoing Edward Snowden story, it just reveals so much about security, freedom, international relations, especially now in our super connected world.
Yeah.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If he did come back, if some deal was made, what kind of precedent does that set for future whistleblowers, I mean?
Good question.
And how would it ultimately affect, public trust? Trust in government transparency, trust in the justice system itself. It's a question that probably isn't going away anytime soon.